In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference has called upon the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres to take India to task for ruthless killings, arbitrary arrests, fake encounters, and destruction of residential houses in the garb of so-called anti-militancy operations. The APHC leadership, in a statement issued in Srinagar, said the peace-loving people of Jammu and Kashmir were facing the brunt of Indian state terrorism for refusing to relinquish their struggle for right to self-determination in accordance with the United Nations resolutions. The leadership maintained that the United Nations, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, and the European Union must rise to the occasion to resolve the Kashmir dispute in its historical perspective. Meanwhile, families of the illegally detained Hurriyat leaders and activists have complained that the Modi-led fascist Indian government was inhumanly treating them in different jails of India and the occupied territory. Talking to the media, they called upon the United Nations Human Rights Council to send its teams to ascertain the plight of the Kashmir detainees in hell-like Indian jails. Transporters across occupied Jammu and Kashmir are gearing up to observe a hunger strike on Wednesday and general strike on April 9th against a series of anti-transporters orders issued by the occupation regime in the territory. While equating the orders with farm laws, the transporters said these orders are meant to break the backbone of the Kashmiris associated with the business. As the raw or controversial movie The Kashmir Files refuses to die down, a cleric addressing a gathering at a Jamia Masjid in Rajouri called for a ban on the film, slamming it for ignoring the blood and pain of Muslims. The cleric, Maulvi Farooq, said that thousands of Kashmiri Muslims had been killed, women widowed, and houses destroyed by Indian troops, but their pain was never noticed by the filmmaker. In growing intolerant India for minorities, a Muslim girl student was arrested in Karnataka's Bagalkot district on the ridiculous charge of wishing people on Pakistan Day. The girl reportedly posted the message of peace, unity and harmony to every nation on her WhatsApp status. The arrest was made at the complaint of Hindutva activists. In another incident, a Madhya Pradesh university has ordered a probe after some Muslim girls wearing hijab were seen offering prayers in the university campus. Meanwhile, the Muslim girl students were compelled to leave examination halls after the state government of Karnataka refused to allow them to appear with hijabs on. The BJP government's primary and secondary education minister, B.C. Nagesh, while referring to the High Court order, said the students cannot wear hijab in the classrooms and the same condition will apply during exams. On the other hand, the All India Muslim Personal Law Board has moved to the Indian Supreme Court challenging the Karnataka High Court's verdict banning hijab in educational institutions. The Muslim Personal Law Board, in its petition, said the Karnataka High Court's judgment has proceeded with erroneous reasons to address the issue.